Hey, what's up, guys? This is Sterling with Pitstop the Profits, and I got something special for you guys in this video. So, I went to the International Car Rental Show. This was my first time attending, and let me tell you, the energy in this room was electric. People from all over the world coming together, operators, innovators, vendors, all under one roof, sharing insight and making moves. So, at this point in the evening, because it was later in the evening, it was probably like 8 something, 8:30. Everyone's, been on flights. Everyone has, just checked in, dropped off their bags in the room or whatever. Some people came the day before, but for me, this was my first time attending the event. So I just checked in my bags maybe a few hours earlier, and I was ready to go. So for me, I was just soaking it all in. I was trying to find the right person to connect with because it seemed like everyone was so deep in conversation and it kind of felt like everyone already knew each other. So, but I could totally tell that there was a lot of business being talked about and there were a bunch of business cards flying around and such. So at this point in the night, my goal for this event was simple: learn, connect, and then bring back all the behind the scenes of what really goes down at an event like this. So I kept walking, kept listening, and eventually I found someone who really stood out. And that's when I met Terry from Green Motion Rentals. And that's where our first interview actually begins. What's your name?
Terry.
I'm Sterling.
Hello.
Okay. What exactly do you guys do?
Car rental, franchising for car rental services.
In October?
Nice.
Yeah, so
And where are you located?
I am in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So yeah, so far I got 8 vehicles so far. So it's been interesting actually because it's not at all like what I thought it would be. Like seriously, the industry is totally different than what you would think. Like
And they see like when I have mess ups and when things go bad, I share that too. When people like, I don't know what it is, but I've been through 4 bumpers. Like I said, I just barely started in October. My guests, they love tearing up bumpers. I don't know what it is. The undercarriage
It's
of
not
bumpers.
their car.
Yeah.
They don't take the same care with it when they're not as responsible.
What advice would you have for someone that's just starting out? 'Cause, I mean, I'm sure you've seen and heard it all.
I don't honestly know because I'm not.
From your perspective, though.
Yeah, but I'm more systems oriented from what I do, so that's not necessarily the best thing. Are you
what
doing
ex-
it independently, or are you doing it through something like Turo? Or?
I'm doing a hybrid, so I'm doing it through both. And so I'm basically, for lack of a better term, stealing people from Turo for my private side. So, it was another way for me to do another system. I'd gladly do it. So.
Yeah, when you're small, it's hard. I think that a lot of people start out in Turo, and then once it gets big enough, you move up to something a little bit bigger, like a franchise thing. I think really, from my perspective, just being in customer service and systems and everything, it's just that you're going to be, honestly, as clear with everybody on what your expectations are and then what their requirements are, and that you have a customer-centric system in place. Because if you have good customer service, they're going to come back to you. So yeah, you might be taking somebody from Turo, but that repeat customer is based on how you treat them.
So what I've been noticing is I've been getting a lot of repeat people from Turo, and then once I see them that second time, I tell them, just book with me directly because I can save you a bunch of money on fees and stuff. So.
And that's exactly what you do, because we do that even just for locations that they'll get them in through the online websites, which can be more expensive. And then once they get them in and it's good customer service and they're coming back, it's like, book with us directly. Here's an email with a coupon code. I'll give you this much % off. And, and if you have good customer service and you provide a service that they need with, empathy and respect, they're going to come back.
Yeah, because what I've been doing is I'll tell people, hey, even if you leave me a review, I'll give you a $5 gift card to QT.
Yep.
And what I'll do is I'll take the points off my credit card, go buy the gift card. So it's really, I didn't really come out of pocket with anything.
Yeah.
So I try and be savvy and lean on whoever my vendors are because I'm so small. So I have to leverage some type of way. But like I said, it's been going pretty good. I had 1 car in October so far of 8. I just got in the mobility program with AFC. So I think that'll help me scale and maybe get to 20, 25 cars by the end of the year. So that's the plan. So, but let's back up a second though. So what exactly it is that you guys do as a whole in the industry?
So we're a franchise service provider. So when somebody, so we have a lot of people that usually will come from Turo because they'll have, scaled up to some point within Turo that they have enough cars, they want to do it themselves. We also have some, local, not, I guess, downtown city locations that they don't service airports. So it's all local businesses, and we have franchisees that are smaller like that.
So you help
all
people
over the
actually
US.
get started in the industry then?
Yeah, so what they'll do is we provide the support behind it. So the system that they need to work in, advice on how to
processes,
to
SOPs.
price it, how to, exactly, how to do the business, how to, the best practices for things, for policies.
What region are you guys bigger on, the east, the west, the south? Like what region are you guys biggest, if you had to guess?
Green Motion is primarily really big in Europe and the UK. Like we're in 80 countries worldwide. Some big providers, some smaller ones. In the US, we have, it's kind of more Midwest. So we have,
Ohio,
a lot in California and then some in Florida. Those are probably the biggest airport locations.
Sure.
And then we have a lot of independent locations throughout the US where they're smaller, downtown family-owned industries. So it's been in their family for, it could be first generation, second generation where they've taken over, but they do really well. Some of them will do regional airports, some of them will do, just your local market. If you're doing just a local market, then you really want to look at also your the locations around you. Like you go out to those businesses and get those contracts with like companies and usually some sort of preferred rate that you give them, that it's that same rate for the, an entire period of time, whatever it is, like a negotiated rate. And it's very much, you have to go out and build that market yourself when it's a city location.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest thing that I've been trying to figure out is how to scale and get away and get off of Turo. Did you need her for something? So you're just a popular person. Right?
I've worked in car rental for over 20 years, so I've been kind of like on the back end doing all the system stuff. So when those are partner sites that we work with, and I'm always, this is not working, how do we get this to work? Because all the information that we put in there right now, we send out to sites like Expedia, or Priceline, broker partners like Booking.com or CarTravel.
Affiliates, essentially.
Yeah, so basically. So my responsibility has been loading all that information, making sure that it matches what the system needs, and then getting out to where it needs to. And then helping, of course, all the locations understand how they should best do it. Like, this is how you kind of look at your rates. This is where you want to search to see when you're competing against, that sort of thing. So I have a lot of telephone conversations over the years.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so I don't get to meet them very much.
So are you guys in Oklahoma right now?
No.
Why
I don't think that we have anybody in Oklahoma.
Is it that no one's wanted to open a location in Oklahoma, or has it just not been a market that you guys want to attack?
It's a little bit of both. Like it's always difficult to find local providers who want to, go bigger and then get into those systems. Online marketplaces, why they're amazing and they can bring you a lot of business, they're not always the friendliest to city locations because GDS sites they primarily push to airport locations or off airport locations where a lot of tourists come in.
That makes sense.
They do list city locations, and you will see ones like Enterprise and all those on there.
Yeah.
But sometimes the cost of those reservation fees can be prohibitive to a local location. So it's something that you really have to, look at, take into account. Is that somewhere that I want to be? Is it, do I want to go that full force of that? Because you can get a lot of business from brokers now, especially they have done a lot of things where geocoding where they're pulling them in. So there's just a lot of things to take into account when you're looking at where do I want to be in the market, where do I want to display, what do I want to show to everybody, and whether it's going to be cost prohibitive to you or not. Because there is a great opportunity out there, even for local locations. It's just you have to look at how much it's going to be and if it's going to be worth it for you.
So if I wanted to open a location with you guys, what would those requirements be? What would you guys want to see from me then?
Somebody from sales might tell you more, but they're going to look at kind of your
Just broad picture, probably.
Yeah, I think they look at your financial part, where you're at, where you want to go, what part of the market that you're in, what you're expecting, what you want, because the company as a whole, it's run very much like a family business, and it's a great company. He's an amazing owner. Richard Loudon is the owner, and then his son.
This young man right here?
No, over here in the gray shirt with the gentleman talking in the white by the
Passionate
door.
talking man.
Yes, yeah. And
you can always tell the owner, right?
Yes, and he's amazing. And then his son Shay is actually the head of IT.
So it's right here.
Yeah, so it's a very family-oriented company, and they're amazing.
Yeah.
Like I was always with USave, so I worked with a company years ago that worked with USave, and then I went to USave, and then they bought us about 3 years ago, and they're amazing. It's been, they want everybody to succeed, and they're going to work to do the best to help you get where you want to go. So they need you to know where you want to go, what your plans are, and then they look at your financial, plans and goals and where you're at and where you can be. So they're amazing, and there's a lot of opportunities. It's just where you're at and what you want to do. Are you doing just local people?
Right now, I'm just, like I said, I'm just local. I mean, I've only been doing it for 7 months so far, so everything I'm doing is just local. Because what's funny is Tulsa International Airport, they had they opened up for contracts for individuals that wanted to have a location at the airport.
Wow.
So the problem,
and those are hard to get into.
They are. The problem is that I didn't have the requirements, and I'd like to understand, because they did it. You had to submit everything by December 31st, 2024. I just started in October. I had 2 cars, so I was like, I was nowhere near understanding the knowledge. I couldn't put it together.
Yeah, I know, because we helped one of our locations in California. They were going for an airport spot that had opened up, and there hadn't been one in years, and the application for it was crazy, because I had never seen one before that, and it's a lot of information, a lot of requirements.
Yeah, I just wasn't ready, but but in hindsight, though, the way Oklahoma is it's how can I say this? They like to do business in Oklahoma, so it's like I used to live in Michigan, specifically Wayne County, which is Detroit.
Yeah.
They're not conducive to doing business. Like, it's a lot of red tape, a lot of hoops and hurdles, and whereas Oklahoma's not like that. Oklahoma's like, hey, do you have money for the application? Can you show that you can actually make this profitable and run? Great, here's
that's amazing.
Exactly. So I'm sure I could go back to Tulsa Airport and say, hey, this is my situation. I saw that last year you guys had openings, because they haven't added any more
vendors in there.
Not any more vendors.
No.
But what's happening is Tulsa's expanding, and they're working and spending on the airport. So that's probably why they opened it up at that time. They were looking for more people to come in. From what I can tell, no one did. So it's still Enterprise, Avis, and
probably Hertz.
Hertz, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
you find a lot of the big guys are in the airports, and that's it. And sometimes they will buy out the spots so that other people can't get in there. So so when there's an opportunity, it's amazing. It's not. I think in-terminal is great, because people. That is probably one of the biggest things that we run into just doing information online. Is that customers don't read all the information, so they may not always understand that it's an off-airport location. So you have to be really specific that you're providing every detail that they need, but they don't always read it, and it's never changed in the industry in 25 years. So that's just what it is. So you have to, being in terminal is very advantageous, because they walk off the plane and there you are. Where other times they have to go and find where the shuttle is, take the shuttle to your location, or call you and then you go and pick them up.
Well, that's what it is. That's what I'm doing a bunch of deliveries to the airport. I charge an extra like $40, but I'm doing a bunch of deliveries. But then I lose a little bit of that because they have to park the car at airport parking, so I usually lose about $8 because so it'd be nice to have a location physically there at the airport, on top of doing, maybe making the airport the hub, and I work outside of that hub from there. So,
it depends what they charge you for that, because I know some airports, they have their fees for being in the airport. You have to give them a certain percentage of all the revenue that you bring in.
Of course, that would make sense.
So it depends. If that's something that you can do, then that would be amazing.
Well, we're currently pre-approved with the SBA, so.
Nice.
And then I have a decent sized floor plan, nothing crazy with AFC, but I think I could put the deal together. I know this may sound crazy. I think I could put the deal together in like a year. I'm not even lying.
And you know what? The people who are very entrepreneurial and can do that, I'm sure you could, and that's amazing.
Yeah, I believe I could, because like it's right. Like Tulsa wants to be a big city. That's what they want, because they call Oklahoma the little brother of Texas, right? So they're trying to expand. They're trying to become a larger major city like OKC. So, I think if you come with everything lined up, all your cars lined, and you can present something well to them, they're going to be accepting of it. So,
that's awesome. It's great that they're willing to work with you to with anybody to do something like that, because when they're willing to do that, that makes all the difference.
Exactly. So that's just the Oklahoma way. Like, they like to do business. They want business there. It's just you got to have your ducks lined up. Like, you come in half-assed, and you're going to be like, no thanks, little guy. So. Anything else? I don't want to take up any more of your time. I know this is so impromptu. I didn't want to bother you, but we locked eyes, so I was like, why not? Let me go for it. So, is there anything else any advice, anything you want to say, anything you want to ask me or tell me? Some nugget of knowledge, something in there. You got 20 years of experience. I mean, that's quite a bit. You could write a book on this.
Sometimes, yes. Honestly, the biggest thing that I think that I see is that if you treat your customers correctly, they're going to come back. And if you can make that work for you, then that's going to take you the long way. And if you're smart about it, and you obviously seem like you want to do it, we have a recent one who just came from Truro. His name is Mateen, and he's in Houston. And he's amazing. And he is a huge proponent and will talk to you. Like, if you stop by the booth tomorrow, I bet you he'll be in there. And he can tell you what his perspective was on it. And it's the same sort of thing that if you have that respect for the customer and provide that service, like, you have to look at it like a service industry, and it's, if you can't provide that to them, then they're not going to come back, and that doesn't do you any good. Because the ones that we see that have the most problems are the ones that, from my perspective, don't take care of the people. They're focused on what they can get from it, and if you focus on that, it's not going to succeed.
The way I look at it is the money is kind of automatic. Like, I think a lot of people mess up in thinking the money.
Yes,
but when you're good at what you do, the money always. I feel like the money's waiting for me at the end of the road. I just have to do the steps and take care of other people.
Yes.
I'm not worried about the money. It's gonna come. It's coming. So
you have a really good attitude.
I try to.
That's amazing. It's good to see that, because you go far. No, it's okay for now. Thank you, though.
I'm definitely going to come by the booth tomorrow. Who should I ask for? Who do I need to speak to?
I would speak to Eddie. Eddie will be there tomorrow. He's one of our sales rep. Mateen will be around. I'll be there all day, so if I see him, I will certainly, point him out to you, because he's amazing to talk to. Gives you a bit of a different perspective of what he did in both, right? So that you have more of an idea of kind of what has worked and what hasn't worked, and then, because that's sometimes a good thing to find out is what hasn't worked for people, so that you don't fall down those pitfalls. So because there's certainly more people that have a lot more knowledge on the other side of it that you probably want to see. So
I'm just curious, what type of capital would it take to open a location? If you just had to guess.
I honestly don't know. I know the franchise fees, depending on the area, and they change on the area and the fleet, and what your area is. But I think, and again, don't hold me to it, I think it's anywhere between 10 and 15,000. You have to look at, you have to have a place that, if you're doing airport pickups, it has to be within 5 miles of the airport boundary. So you want something that's going to work well. You have to usually, with a franchise company, you have to do shop fits so that you have all the same, the same branding and everything. So it's around. So you have to take that into account. And then, of course, your fleet and your insurance and all that stuff, because you have to have all the, the correct regulatory things in place. And all of that. So it's really kind of looking at that. And then really every month it's going to be that you're paying system fees, reservation fees, commissions to different brokers or partners, and then usually royalties if you have a franchise. So it's something like that. So those are kind of the things that you kind of have to look at in your plan of, where you want to go at what point that you kind of want to move up to what you're doing.
So it's pretty much similar to like McDonald's or a Subway franchise then?
I would think so, yeah.
Makes sense. Because like the way McDonald's it depends on a lot of variables, but let's just say a Subway, for example, you want to see like 200, 250K, then every month you're paying a certain percentage back for royalties and such. So it provides you with SOPs and procedures and, the whole rigmarole. So it sounds very similar.
Yeah, so I think the same kind of setup. We just have the support behind it. So we have, not only do we, hook you up with different system providers or different insurance companies, and not that you have to do this, but this is what we...
Best practices.
Yeah, best practices is what we recommend. And then you have usually a franchise manager who will sit there and say, okay, yes, you're doing good, but you could be doing better. This is what we think that you could do here. So there's a lot of industry experience and
So how many franchise managers? So with the franchise manager, how many accounts are they usually managing?
It's different right now. Right now we only have a couple in the U.S. because they're hiring some more people. We went through some staff changes. In the U.K., I'm not even sure they have a bunch of different operation managers.
So you're based in the U.S. though, right?
I'm actually in Canada.
You're in Canada? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just in Alberta, so I work with the North American one, so I'm on this time zone, and then I work with a team in the UK so that we get together every morning and discuss everything that's going on, and then work together to make sure that we have that coverage 24 hours a day.
So you're actually Canadian?
I am.
Okay. So I used to go to Windsor all the time.
Nice.
So I don't know if you know where that's at.
In Ontario, yeah.
Yes, it's right across the street from Detroit. I mean, like literally, you take the underwater bridge, or you can take the Ambassador Bridge. It's literally a 10-minute drive.
There's an underwater bridge?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
bridge.
cool.
Yeah. I mean, you can't see anything, of course. But
But I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's an underwater bridge.
Wow.
Yes. So, cool fact. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I know I keep saying I'm going to leave you alone. But stuff keeps popping up. So I'm trying to think. I think that's it. I think that's all I have. I want to see you tomorrow. What's your name?
Terry.
Terry. I'm Sterling. Terry. So I appreciate you, Terry.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, come by tomorrow. We have a claw machine. You can play it.
Okay. They need to put you in sales because you're hitting the mark. It's very pleasant, cool demeanor, knowledgeable. So
Well, thank you.
Yeah, they need you in sales. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.